So I have sent the 2 notes into the WeChat group. You may open this note. Chapter 2.2, which is the specialized cell. And also, I do send the chapter 2.2 graphic. The graphic is, I include all the picture that I will be used during the teaching for the explanation. Yeah, you also can download it. Okay, so when I'm mentioning some point, you can write down on it. Yeah, so it's better for you to refer back later. So let's start our lesson, specialized cell. So what is meant by specialized cell? Okay, you must know specialized cell refer to cell which able to carry out specific function. Able to carry out specific function. For example, red blood cell transport oxygen, white blood cell fight the pathogens, and also any other kind of cell. So in our body, we have different type of cell, which each of the cell will have their own function. So they will work together and help to keep our body healthy. So actually, those specialized cells are being originated from stem cell. I'm not sure you heard about this or not. Human stem cell. Have you heard about stem cell before? Eden, Suya?
They develop into any specialized cell, right?
Sorry?
They transform into specialized cells.
Yeah, that's a cell. Because stem cell is a unspecialized cell. Do you know where you can discover stem cell? Stem cell can be discovered in your bone marrow. Bone marrow. Marrow. 骨髓. And in the organs. Do you know every part of your organs, they might have some small number of stem cells. So whenever your organ cells, the cell inside your organs, they are being damaged or they are lost their function, at least they have some stem cell able to radiate there. So if they need a new cell, so the stem cell will differentiate themselves, become the specialized organ cell. Then they will carry the function which is similar to the original organ cell. Can you get me? So you have stem cell in the bone marrow organs. So stem cell will undergo a process called as, which is, the process name is called as differentiation. Or specialization. Differentiation and specialization mean the same thing. So after they undergo this process, so they will now become either red blood cell or white blood cell or neuron cell or muscle cell. Yeah. So those are the cell, those are the specialized cell that we are going to learn today. Okay. So you must know they are all originated from the stem cell. Okay, so you can read this statement. Cells specialize by undergoing differentiations. So this is a process by which cell develop the structure and characteristic need to be carried out on their own function. Because initially the stem cell, they are looking in this way. They look like this. They have a very round shape and a very big nucleus. And then this is a cytoplasm. They just look like this. Maybe I can show you a picture. Wait me for a while. Stem cell. Stem cell called as 干细胞, okay? So you heard some stem cell therapy. Yeah. Okay, so it's something like this. Right, you can see this is the stem cell. They have a very round shape and a very big nucleus. Very big, prominent big nucleus. Why? Because this big nucleus means that this cell is very actively dividing. You can see if the cell have a very big nucleus, that means they are very active dividing. Okay? So the stem cell function is just to increase. They just want to increase number of cell. That's all. Yeah, that's all. They just want to increase number of cell only. Yes. So after they are being specialized into those specialized cells, so they carry their own function. Like the red blood cell, they transport the oxygens. Neuron cell will transmit the nerve impulse. Yeah, so the story will be in this way. So now we talk about the ciliated cell. Okay, please aware about the spelling. Ciliated. Cilia means that they only have one L. C. Dear. See? One L, single L. Okay, so cilia are being discovered along our respiratory tract. Yeah, so the function of cilia is they help to, we call as cilia beating. Cilia beating. You can see in this video. This show the movement of the cilia, this one. Can you see the cilia is moving in the wave-like motion? Can you see Eden and Suyang? I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is around your respiratory tract. So why the cilia is moving like this? Because on the respiratory tract, there is a one type of cell we call as goblet cell. Goblet. Goblet cell will secrete mucus. What is meant by mucus? Mucus is when you are sneezing, you produce a lot of yellow or greenish mucus. Yeah, mucus, 粘液. So once a goblet cell, they produce a mucus. They produce a mucus is they want to use the mucus to trap the dust particle. Mucus are being used to trap the dust particle. So the mucus, they need to be moved from this place to another place, right? So who are moving the mucus? So cilia are the one help to move the mucus. See? So you have the cilia beating, this one. Cilia beat to move the mucus. So the mucus able to trap the dust particle up to the throat. So whenever you are entering into space, which is a very dusty, very dirty space, I mean, dirty place, okay? So when you inhale a lot of the polluted air or the dust or the mites into your nasal pathway, so the mucus will be secreted out by the goblet cell. So they will trap the dust particle inhale inside, okay? So the cilia, they will always beating. They will beat to help to move the mucus. So just remember, cilia is a hair-like structure. It refers to this. This is cilia. This is the epithelium of the respiratory tract. This one. This is all is the epithelium. This is the epithelial lining of respiratory tract. So the epithelium, you have the cilia on it. Correct. So this cilia is a long extension. Yeah, you can see it's a long extension, hair-like structure. You can describe the cilia hair-like structure. It's just looking like your hair. Yeah, hair-like structure. So they're able to move and beat, help to move the mucus around the respiratory tract. So cilia actually is just an extension of the epithelium. See, it's an extension of the epithelium. Okay, you can see this cilia is totally connected to the respiratory tract, the epithelium of the respiratory tract. It's just a very long extension from it. With the hair-like structure, so help to move mucus to trap the particle. Yeah, so that's all. So now moving to learn about the nerve cell. Nerve cells is a cell they discover in our nervous system. So our nervous system is made out of nerve cell. Okay, so this is how nerve cells look like. Oh, sorry, too big. This one. Okay, so this is we call that, maybe you can follow me to draw a nerve cell. You follow me to draw. Like this. Yeah, just like a star shape. And then branch out a very long fibers. And then at the end. So what is this? This is we call as a cell body. This is cell body. So inside the cell body, they have the nucleus. This is nucleus. They have the small substance, which is the ribosome. They have this ribosome. And then they have this mitochondria. This is the mitochondria. Mitochondria ribosome, yeah. So the outside one is a cell membrane. Okay. Then the point is, the function of the nerve cell is used up for the transmission for nerve impulse. Transmit nerve impulse. Okay, the nerve impulse are transmitted along this way. This is we call as the axon. Axon is a very long fiber. It's a very long fiber. Okay, so you have this myelin sheath. This is the myelin sheath. This myelin sheath, they surround the axon. They surround the axon fiber, myelin sheath. So this myelin sheath, they are made from the fat. Okay, they are, we call it fatty sheet. Because they are made of fat. Fat is a 油脂, okay, surround the axon. So at the end, this is we call as the nerve ending. Yeah. So generally, this is how the neuron cell look like. Okay. So the important thing you need to know about neuron cell is neuron cell, they help to transmit nerve impulse. Okay. So how they transmit nerve impulse? They transmit nerve impulse follow this axon along this way. Here. This is a place that will transmit the nerve impulse. Okay, so, and also due to there's a presence of the myelin sheath, so actually they transmit nerve impulse only occur at this way. Yeah, only occur at this part. That means the nerve impulse transmission happen in where? Happen in the axon without myelin sheath. So the yellow colors means that the nerve impulse transmission occur at here. So the nerve impulse transmission, they do not happen in the myelin sheath, yeah. So this causes the nerve impulse able to jump. See, they are jumping like this way. So we call as the nerve impulse will jump from one node to another node because this one here, the side on the axon without the myelin sheath, they call as the node of Ranvier. This is a node of Ranvier. So do you know what is the purpose for the neuron cell to have the myelin sheath? They have the myelin sheath is they just want to do what? They just want to increase, yeah. They want to increase to speed up the rate of nerve impulse transmission. So this is purpose for the neuron cell to have the myelin sheath surround on their axon. Inside our nervous system, we do have the myelinated neuron, and we also have the unmyelinated neuron. So for this one, this is classified as the myelinated neuron. This myelinated neuron, they will carry impulse faster than unmyelinated neuron. Which is they have a slower nerve impulse transmission because in order to transmit the nerve impulse effectively, the nerve impulse they have to be fast as it could. Okay, they must be. I mean, the speed of the nerve impulse must be very fast. Just like, yeah, you can see this video. You see how they transmit the nerve impulse. See, see, very fast, right? Can you see the video, Suyang? Ethan?
Yep.
Yeah, you see how they transmit so fast. And for your information, actually the nerve impulse are a kind of electrical signal. Okay, nerve impulse is a kind of electrical signal. So actually they are transmit electric. Yeah, really is a electric. Yeah, so that's all. Okay. Another important thing that you should know is nerve impulse transmission only occur in one direction, which is they always will transmit impulse from the like this one direction only. Okay, they cannot allow the nerve impulse transmit backward. Cannot. They only in one direction, which is from the cell body, okay, from the cell body to the nerve ending. So it's from here to here. This one to they have the nerve impulse transmission. Okay, function is to transmit nerve impulse. So the structure of the nerve cell is they are very long and thin. You can describe them as a very long and thin cell. Okay, why they should be long and thin? Because they need to connect it from one part of body to another part of body. So the neuron cell, they have to appear to be long. Sorry, I use my earphone.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So the neuron must be very long and thin to enable them to connect to connect this neuron to another side of the neuron. Yeah. So the cell also they have the extension and the branch. They are actually highly branched. See? Extension and highly branched. So it can communicate with another nerve cell, muscle, and gland. And also the axon. The axon, which is the long fiber, okay, which is I highlight to you. Okay. This blue color axon long fiber. So these axons, they help to carry the nerve impulse away from the cell body. Okay, and it's being covered with the fatty sheet, which is a myelin sheet. Okay, fatty sheet means myelin sheet because myelin sheet is made from fat. So they help to insulate the nerve cell to increase the speed of the nerve impulse transmission. Yeah, so this is the function, speed up the nerve impulse. Okay, do you have any question? No, right? Okay, I'll continue. Yeah, so remember how our nerve impulse look like. Okay, let me ask you a question. Nerve cell, they do have the mitochondria. Do you know why nerve cell, they contain mitochondria inside? Do you know why? This is because that the nerve cell, they require energy. Nerve cell or neuron require energy to supply themselves. So they must have the mitochondria. Do you still remember the function of mitochondria? The mitochondria function is the mitochondria, they are involved in aerobic respiration, right? Okay, so the mitochondria function is they tend to produce energy, okay, from the cellular aerobic respiration. So after they produce the energy, they're able to supply the energy to the nerve cell. So the nerve cell, they're able to use this energy to synthesis on something. Yeah. So nerve cell require energy to supply themselves because they need energy, need to use energy to synthesis neurotransmitter. In chapter 14, you will learn about the nerve system in more detail. Okay, then you will learn about neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter is a kind of the chemical signal they are being used to transmit nerve impulse in the nervous system. Neurotransmitter. Okay, so this is the this is how nerve cell look like. Okay, we continue. How about the red blood cell? See, red blood cell. So they look like this. This one. Yeah, see, this is how your red blood cell move within your blood vessel together with another blood component such as white blood cell and the platelet. Okay, as you can see that red blood cell, they are very round shape, right? They have a very round shape like this, just looking like donut. Okay, I think you eat donut before, right? Just I think it's just looking like donut. Okay, so this donut shape is not called a donut, but it's called a biconcave disc shape. Biconcave disc shape. Concave means right, is curving inwards. Concave means curving inward. This mean like it's just looking like this. Yeah, so they call it as biconcave disc shape. So I think you have already noticed about red blood cell. They don't have nucleus, yeah. You can see there's no nucleus inside the red blood cell. But initially, during the production of the red blood cell, they do have the nucleus. Maybe I can show you this. Because red blood cell, they don't have the nucleus, is one of their very special characteristic. Okay. Initially, when the red blood cell is still young cell, they do have the nucleus. However, when they are being mature, the nucleus are being removed. Do I have the photo? Yeah. I show you this thing. This one. See? This means erythropoiesis. Erythropoiesis means that production of the red blood cell from bone marrow. Red blood cells are being produced from the bone marrow, yeah. Okay. So bone marrow, inside the bone marrow, they have a lot of the stem cell. Okay. So the stem cell will undergo specialization, then they will become the red blood cell. See? They undergo this kind of transformation, and then they will become a mature red blood cell. So once the red blood cell are being mature, they will do the enucleation. Enucleation means that nucleus being ejected out. Means remove away the nucleus, which is initially discovered on the red blood cell. They want to remove the nucleus away. Yeah. So this is because that red blood cell, they don't have the nucleus. So red blood cell, they can only stay about how long in your body? They stay about 120 days in your body only, which is absolutely 4 months, is it? Yeah, 120 days in your body. So your body will constantly renewing the red blood cell. Okay, so there's a lot of new red blood cell are being produced from the bone marrow. So the red blood cell, they have the biconcave shape due to the lack of nucleus. They don't have the nucleus. This is a characteristic, yeah. And also, they have hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a kind of pigment, red pigment. Okay, hemoglobin actually is a proteins. Remember, hemoglobin, it refers to protein. And this protein, they do contains iron. Yeah, Heme means iron, okay? They do contain of the iron. And they have a cell membrane. So red blood cell is classified under the animal cell, okay, because they don't have the cell wall. So the function of red blood cell is, you think that they are just acting like the vehicle. Vehicles, they will help to transport the oxygen. Okay, so it's something like this, okay? The oxygen is come from where? How oxygen come in our, how oxygen diffuse into our blood? Adam Suyang, how oxygens enter our red blood cell? How? Where is the source of oxygen? Do you want to have a guess?
The lungs.
Yeah, correct. The lung. Yeah. We do inhalation, right? We inhale the oxygen into the lung. First, we inhale oxygen into the lung. So once they inhale the oxygen to the lung, the oxygen come inside. Okay? Come inside, come into the lung. So the lung, they have a structure they call as alveolus. Do you heard about it or not? Alveolus. This one. 肺气泡, okay? Alveolus is very small, tiny structure found inside our lung. So these alveolus are very closely connected to the blood capillary. So in the blood capillary, there's a lot of red blood cell passing through. This red blood cell, this red blood cell, this also. From this way to this way, yeah. So means the alveolus itself is being surrounded by a network of blood capillary. This is you will learn in the respiratory system. Okay, alveolus is just a structure are found inside the alveolus. Alveolus is a structure found inside the lung. So when we inhale the oxygen, just like what we did now, you inhale oxygen, the oxygen will come along your respiratory tract, then they will enter into the lung, right? And then the lung are being, the end of lung, they have this alveolus. Yeah, and also this alveolus is very closely related to the blood capillary. So the oxygen will be diffused from the alveolus to reach the blood capillary. This is a blood capillary. This is blood capillary. Blood capillary. This is how they spell it. Yeah. So the red blood cell, which is flowing in the blood capillary, once they pass along the alveolus, they will get the oxygen from the alveolus. Okay, they will get the oxygen from the alveolus. So the oxygen will enter red blood cell. So that means red blood cell carry oxygen. They will carry oxygen. Just like a Grab driver, they will pick up the oxygen. So this Grab driver, which is they carry the oxygen inside, they will travel along the bloodstream, and then they will reach about the body tissue. This is the body tissue. This is body tissue. Okay, this is body cell. So this is how the body cell able to get the oxygen from the red blood cell. Okay, so once the red blood cell, when they go nearby the body cell, they will unload the oxygen. So the oxygen will be diffused into the body cell. This is oxygen. O2. O2. So the red blood cell release oxygen to body cell. So the body cell able to get the oxygen, so they will do what? Body cell get the oxygen to perform aerobic or anaerobic. They will perform the aerobic respiration. So together with the glucose, they will release energy. They will release energy from breakdown of glucose. So the energy will be supplied to the body cell to perform their cellular activity. So that's the story. So just imagine red blood cell is a Grab driver. This Grab driver, they will carry the oxygen from the site of productions, which is inside, from the site of productions until to the site which the tissue need it. Okay, so why they must have the biconcave shape is they want to increase surface area to increase diffusion of the oxygen. Means that if there's no nucleus, they're able to carry more oxygen. If there's presence of nucleus, they will reduce the capacity to carry oxygen. So it's better for them don't have the nucleus. At least they can carry more oxygen. Can transport more oxygen. Okay, from the lung to the body tissue. Okay, can you understand, Ethan, Suyang?
Yeah.
So that's why the shelf life of the red blood cell is not very long. They can just stay alive until 120 days already. Yeah. Okay, for your information, red blood cells are made from protein. You should know. They are actually made from protein. When you call about structure, which is hemoglobin. So this is a kind of protein which contain iron. So you can think that iron means 铁质, okay? Iron is a kind of nutrients they are needed by the body. It is a micronutrients needed by the body. So irons are found in some of the food like spinach or some deep color leaf vegetables. They have the irons. Yeah, so I'm not sure do you heard for this kind of statement is whenever the people are anemia, they are lacking of the iron. Anemia means 贫血, okay? When the people suffer anemia, might be lacking of iron. Means that the iron deficiency cause anemia. Iron deficiency, not enough iron. So this is called as iron deficiency anemia. Okay, so this sometimes the question they will asking like this. If you have anemia, what you can do? You can control your diet. Okay, maybe you can adding more iron's source into your diet because you need the iron to make the red blood cell. So the function is they want to carry the oxygen to transport it. They have the hemoglobin, which is the protein. Hemoglobin is a type of protein. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's a type of protein. And then they don't have nucleus. So they have more space available for the hemoglobin and oxygen inside the cell. Yeah, so that's why they better don't have the nucleus for them. Red blood cell is only the cell that you study, they don't have nucleus. You can see other cell, they do have nucleus. See, they have nucleus. Only red blood cell, they don't have. So how special is a red blood cell? Okay, so now we go about sperm cell, okay? Sperm cell, you should be curious. Sperm cell look like this. Sperm cell, they are divided into 3 parts of their body. Where's my pen? Sorry. They are divided into 3 parts of body, which is from the head, mid-piece to tail. So in the head, in their head structures, they do have this acrosome, which is found on upper side on their head. Acrosome. Acrosomes, okay, they do contain the enzyme inside. Acrosome, they contain enzyme to digest jelly coat of ovum. Okay, later I show you where is jelly coat of ovum, but you should know in acrosome, which is the cap, okay, just like the sperm wearing a cap. So they have the enzyme. And also the sperm cell, they do have the nucleus. Here, this is the nucleus. And for your information, the nucleus, they are haploid. Okay, because the cell we divided in 2 types. One is diploid, one is haploid. So for the sperm cell, the nucleus is haploid, which is they have the single set of chromosome. Haploid, which is the single set of chromosome. Single set, only one set. So that's called as nucleus. How about mid-piece? Mid-piece is just like the little part of body of the sperm. So they have the mitochondria. Why do sperm have a lot of mitochondria? This is because that sperm, okay, the function of sperm is do what? They will swim towards the ovum to perform fertilization. This is their functions, okay, for the reproduction. So they sperm is to fertilize ovum. Okay, so the sperm itself, they do have the genetic material. They have the genetic material. Okay, genetic material refer to the DNA, the RNA, right, that you learned before. So inside the sperm head, okay, which is a nucleus, they also contain the DNA. So the head contains the genetic material for the fertilizations in the haploid nucleus, containing the half of normal number of chromosomes. For your information, you can see this haploid nucleus, which is they just have the one set of chromosomes, one set. For your information, for the cell, you do have the diploid and haploid. So what is meant by diploid and haploid? Diploid means they have two sets of chromosomes. Haploid means they only have one set of chromosomes. One set of chromosome. Let me show you some picture. Wait me for a while. Haploid and diploid. Haploid and diploid cell. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. Because a lot of students, they don't understand what is meant by haploid or diploid cell. This is we mean by it. You can see haploid and diploid cell. You can see what is the difference between them. Okay. I'm sharing the screen, right? Can you see my screen for the haploid and diploid cell? Can you? Eden, Suya?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is meant by haploid and diploid cell is haploid, you can see they only have just one set of chromosome. However, in diploid, you have a pair. So you call as 2N. Means diploid. So this is haploid. 2N means that you can see each of the chromosome have another pair. They have another pair. Haploid cell, they are belong to the 6 gamete cell. 6 gamete cell, they usually belong to the haploid cell, 6 gametes. Example of 6 gametes, they may be sperm, ovum, or egg cell. Sperm, ovum, egg cell, and also the pollen grain. Pollen grain. Pollen grain means the seed. They are found inside the plant. Pollen grain. So these 3 cells, they are belong to the haploid cell. Remember, yeah? Okay. For the diploid cell, they are referred to the body cell. Body cell. For example, just like our skin, hair, liver, and every kind of cell in our body are classified as the diploid cell, just except these two cells, which is the sperm and the ovum. Okay, so that's mean by haploid and the diploid cell. So acrosome in the head, in the sperm or in the sperm head, they do contain the digestive enzyme. You see, they have the enzyme, so they can help to penetrate into the egg. Yeah, then meat piece have the mitochondria, so they're able to release energy for the sperm to swim towards the ovum and fertilize the egg. So they do have the tail to enable the sperm to swim. Yeah, because the function of sperm is they need to swim towards the ovum and fertilize it. Okay, so you can see the sperm cell. See, okay, have a look on the sperm, yeah. They collect the semen from the male, and then they will put the semen with a lot of sperm inside. Then they will put under the microscope. Then they will observe how sperm look like. Have a look, have a look.
This video will be looking at sperm specimens.
See. This one moving one is a sperm. You can see they're moving.
You can see that the sperm motility is pretty good. Most of the sperm
See, this is sperm. They are looking like this. They are always moving. This one is sperm. Okay, a healthy sperm must be always moving. So they are refer this as a sperm motility. Motility means that motile means that they're always moving. Sperm cannot stay still. Okay? Because sperm must be always moving, they will be swimming forwards to the ovum. Yeah, this is how the sperm look like. Okay, so it called as sperm motility. So now we talk about the egg cell, which is the ovum. Egg cell or ovum. Okay, please remember that when you write the egg cell and ovum, please don't write egg. Because some students, they will write egg. It's incorrect. Egg means the egg that we eat. But the egg cell or the ovum means the cell that are discovered inside the female ovary. Okay. So this is the egg cell. So the egg cell, they are when I draw the egg cell, it'll be looking like this. Okay, come like this. This. This is follicle cell. Okay. And then inside they do have the big nucleus. And also they have the ribosome. They have small ribosome. And also they have the mitochondria. This is mitochondria. Yeah, so when I label, I will label. So, okay, label the layers found in the egg cell. It's just about 3 layers, okay? First one, inner cell membrane. Which is located at the inner side. Then the outermost layer, okay, the outer layer of the ovum is called as zona pellucida. Zona pellucida. Okay, and then this is follicle cell. This is we call as follicle cell. This one. Follicle, F-O-L-L-C-L-E. Follicle cell. Because you should know that when we talk about ovum is a large, big, one cell. But the ovum is being surrounded by a layer of the follicle cell. So it's just something like this. Maybe I put a picture for you to have a look. because the ovum, they are being surrounded by many layers of the follicle cell, or we call as the jelly cord. I think it's this picture should be better for showing you. Okay. This is the ovum. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me show. Okay, put this. You can see this is how our ovum cell look like. Actually the ovum, when we call as ovum means that it's already mature. But before that, they are being developed from this one, primary follicle cell, then to secondary follicle. You can see outside is a lot of follicle cell, this one. Secondary follicle also, they are being surrounded by many layer of follicle cell. Can you see? They're also being surrounded by many layer of follicle cell. So they are called as secondary follicle. Okay, what is the function for this follicle cell? This follicle cell, whenever the ovum start to grow from the initial stage, the outside the follicle layer, they will continue grow. So you can see from the single layer become many layer. Only one layer become few layer. Okay, and then this follicle cell, they will help to secrete hormones, which is the estrogen. Have you heard about estrogen before? It's a hormone that discovered in female. Then they will give the female the secondary sexual characteristic. So they will secrete estrogen. Yeah. And then they will become this cell, and then they will release. They will break, and then they will release the oocyte inside the cell. And then this oocyte, they will fertilize with the sperm. Okay, they will fertilize with the sperm. So that's it. Okay, in IGCSE, you don't need to memorize this. Okay, please forget about this and this. But you just need to know how they look like. Primary follicle, which is they only surrounded by a single layer of follicle cell. Okay, secondary follicle means that they are being surrounded by a few layer of follicle cell. Yeah, just that's a thing that you need to know. Okay, please remember they do have 3 layer: inner cell membrane, outer zona pellucida. This zona pellucida is just like the eggshell, okay, the eggshell of the ovum itself, looking like that. They have outermost, which is a follicle cell. So inside they have the mitochondria, they have the nucleus, and also, yeah. So that's all. That's all about the structure of the egg cell. Please remember about the layer. Okay, yeah. So this is when doing the fertilizations, how the sperm and ovum look like. So this is the ovum. You can see the zona pellucida, which is in the inner layer. And then the corona radiata. Okay, this corona radiata, they are actually refer to the follicle cell. Or sometimes they will refer it as jelly cord. They will become the jelly cord of the ovum. Okay, so far so good. Ethan, Zuyang, can you follow me?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So let me ask you a question to see you are really focused or not, okay? The question is, to fertilize ovum, you will need how many sperm? To fertilize an ovum, you will need how many sperm?
Just one.
Yes, just one. Can we have two sperm to ovarize? I mean, can we have two sperm to fertilize one ovum? Can we?
No.
No. Okay, good. No. Answer is no. Only one sperm. So remember, one sperm fertilized with one ovum to produce one diploid zygote. Means that this one haploid sperm fertilized with one haploid ovum to produce one diploid zygote. So how ovum only allow one sperm able to penetrate inside, but not more than one sperm? How they prevent another one sperm penetrate inside? The answer is they have the jelly cord, which is a corona radiata outside. So when the sperm, this question asked this before in the IGCSE past year. So when sperm penetrate into the ovum, jelly cord of ovum will harden. See, they will harden. So they will harden. They just like a very, very hard wall. So whenever any kind of sperm from the outside, they want to penetrate inside, they are unable to do this because it's too hard already. So the jelly cord of ovum will harden to prevent other sperm to penetrate inside. Yeah. So this is to prevent polyspermy occur. Polyspermy. Am I writing the correct term? Let me check. What is mean by polyspermy? Polyspermy. Yeah. Yeah, polyspermy is something like this. Polyspermy. This one. See? They only allow one sperm able to fuse into one egg. If there is really more than one sperm, maybe 2 or 3 sperm enter into egg, so what will happen to the egg? The egg will die. Okay? The egg will die. So they will not be continue with the fertilizations. So this is the ovum. Please remember the structure, okay, which is the corona radiata, the jelly cord, then zona pellucida, and then there's a nucleus inside, which is the haploid nucleus carried inside the egg cell. So the adaptation for the ovum is they contains a lot of cytoplasm, which able to provide nutrients for the growth of early embryo. Okay, what kind of nutrients they are contained inside the ovum? For example, protein and fat. Yeah, so this is example nutrient are contained inside protein and fat. So why they do need to condense protein and fat? This is because that as a source of energy for cell division to occur later. Okay, because you know that after the ovum fertilized with the sperm, so they will produce the diploid zygote. So after that, after the diploid zygote is being formed, what is the next step? After the diploid zygote being formed, what is the next step? The next step is they will do cell division to produce more cell. You can have a look on this video. This video. Yeah, this one. Have a look on it. See? What are they doing? Atom student, tell me what are they doing? See, what are they doing? Wow. Have a guess? What are they doing? Hi. Can you hear me?
Dividing.
Sorry?
Dividing.
Yeah, they undergo cell division. So this is how they able to produce a ball or cell. See, from the zygote, yeah, they undergo the divisions. Division means that they will produce from 2 cell to 4 cell to 8 cell to 16 cell to 32 cells, 64 cells, become a ball or cell. And slowly, then they will differentiate. I mean, they will undergo differentiations, and then they will produce the specialized cells, which is they produce the cells in the nervous system. They produce the cell from the reproductive system. Yeah. So during cell division, they require the energy. The energy is being provided from the ovum itself. Okay, so that's why they have a lot of cytoplasm inside the ovum to provide the nutrients for the growth of the for this early embryo. Nutrients for the growth of the early embryo. Because after the zygote undergo the cell division, they will produce a ball or cell. So after that, they will develop, become an embryo. Develop, become embryo. Embryo. Yeah. So this is story. So inside the nucleus of the egg cell, they do have the genetic material. So the genetic material, which is a nucleus. So during fertilizations, okay, during fertilizations, the nucleus of the egg cell will fuse with nucleus of the sperm cell. You can write it this way. Yeah. So after that, they to produce a diploid zygote. Okay, you can see cell membrane, they will change after fertilizations. So no more other sperm can enter. This cell membrane change means that the jelly core of ovum will harden. It refers to this. You can in exam you can write the answer like this. Jelly core of ovum will harden after one sperm penetrate inside. So this is the function of the ovum. Yeah, very simple. Okay, so we already finished discuss about the animal specialized cell. So now it's time to discuss about the plant specialized cell. Okay, it's just very few plant cell to be included in our syllabus. So first, we started with the root hair cell. Where is root hair cell? Root hair cell are discovered along the roots of the plant. Okay, on the roots of the plant. So this is the root hair cell structure look like. It's just like some people pointing third finger to you. Okay, so this root hair cell, the structure is they have a very long extension. See, they have a very long extension, which is referred to this. This one. So why they need to have such a long extension? Because they want to increase surface area. For what? Okay, the function of root hair cell is they want to absorb the water and mineral ions from the soil. Okay, from the soil. So the water mineral ion will be transported out from the soil until they reach the root hair cell, and then they will get into the plant cell, being absorbed by the plant. So the function is absorption of water mineral ions from the soil. Okay, and then you need to know that how root hair cell absorb water and mineral ion. What kind of method they are using to absorb water and mineral ion? So water, I got put a picture here, right? I didn't put a picture here, sorry. You can You can write down your notes here. Water will being absorbed into the root hair cell by process, a kind of process which is known as osmosis. Have you heard about osmosis before? Have you heard about osmosis before? Have you? Sure. Wow, what osmosis? Osmosis, sorry, my typo. Osmosis. Osmosis is a kind of process which involve diffusion of water molecule from high water potential to low water potential. Okay, from the high water potential outside to low water potential inside. Okay, can you imagine that the roots, the plant roots, they are immersed in the soil, right? They are just immersed in the soil like this. This is the roots. And then this is a lot of soil water. This is the soil water. And then soil water, usually they have a very high concentration of water, right? Means the water content is more than the salt content. Water more than the salt content. Salt means NaCl, sodium chloride. Means the soil water itself, they contain very high water potential because they have more water than salt inside the soil water. However, in the cell set of the root hair cell, we call as cell set or root hair cell means the solution they are found inside the root hair cell. They call it cell set. Cell set or root hair cell, they have more. Have a guess. Cell set or root hair cell, they have more water or they have more salt. Which one? Cell set or root hair cell, they do contain more water or more salt. Adam Zhu Yang. Just have a guess. No worry. Which one? Which one? Hello. Cell set or the root hair cell, actually, they contain more salt. Yeah, they contain more salt than water. So this is how the water able to diffuse from the soil water, which they have more water, into the cell set or root hair cell, which they have lesser water. So water diffuse by osmosis. So how about the mineral iron? Mineral iron also need to be absorbed, uptake into the root hair cell. I change another color, mineral iron. Okay, this is the mineral iron. Okay, mineral iron. So you should know that the cell set of the root hair cell, they have more salt. Okay, they have more salt means that they have more mineral than the salt, than the water. They have more mineral salt compared with water. In the soil water, they have lesser mineral salt compared with water. So whenever you want to transport the mineral iron from the soil water, which they have a very low concentration of the mineral ions, into the cell set, which they have a very high concentration of the mineral ions, So from the low concentration to inside, which is they have a high concentration of mineral iron. See, from the low to high. So this is carried out by active transport. Active transport. This one, active transport. Yeah, active transport. I'm not sure, have you heard about active transport before? Active transport means that mineral iron actively transport from soil water with lower salt content concentration to root hair cell with higher salt concentration. Okay. So from the low to high, that means against concentration gradient. Again, concentration gradient means that from low to high, low to high. That means against. This concentration gradient means that the concentration of the specific particle inside the medium. 所以 this means 浓度 okay 浓度 means that in the active transport they are actually from 低浓度 to 高浓度 this is because they are from low to high. That's why they need the help from the carrier protein and also ATP energy. So remember, for the root hair cell, the function is they transport, they absorb the water and mineral iron. Water is by osmosis. Mineral iron is by active transport. Osmosis. Mineral iron is by active transport. Like this. Okay. You should always remember the ways on how they get the substance. Okay, so this is the point that you can write in your exam. Root hair cell, they have a very long extensions because they want to increase surface area to increase the absorption of water and mineral ions. So they have a very, very thin wall. Thin wall. So the wall is so thin. So they're able to absorb the water quickly. They just need to travel a very short distance to get in the water from the soil water into the root hair cell very quickly. And so please remember that even though the root hair cell is a kind of plant cell, but they don't have chloroplast, yeah? Root hair cell is a plant cell, but they don't have chloroplast because chloroplasts are discovered in that tree cell. Do you still remember? The chloroplasts are only discovered in three kind of the plant cell. Which is the spongy pellucid mucipal cell, and also the spongy mucipal cell, and also the gut cell. Yeah. So this is the plant cell. Three kind of plant cell, they have the chloroplast. Other kind of plant cell, they don't have any chloroplast inside. So they are unable to perform photosynthesis. Okay, so let's continue with the xylem vessel. I'm not sure do you heard about xylem vessel before, but xylem vessel is just like, you can imagine xylem vessel is just like the drinking straw that you used to drink the bubble milk tea. Drinking straw, the 细水管, okay? See, they just look like the 细水管, okay? Because xylem they don't have cytoplasm inside. See? And also they have no end wall. No end wall between the xylem. Okay, and they are very thick wall because the wall is being taken by lignin. Lignin is a kind of very hard substance found inside the wood. Yeah. So inside the xylem vessel, there's no cell contained, just water only. So please remember that xylem vessel is a dead cell. It's a cell already dead long time ago without any cytoplasm. So inside, they don't have any kind of content, just water. Yeah. And also, they don't have any end wall. See? No end wall. End wall means something like this, this one. See? This is example of end wall. But in xylem, don't have end wall. So that's why xylem vessel can create a long continuous flow of the water. They can connect, they can create a long continuous flow of water. So the function of xylem is they want to transport water and mineral ion. Please remember that. They want to transport water and mineral ion from where to where? From roots to stem to leaf. Because xylem vessel, they are able to found in these three parts, which is the roots, stem, and the leaf. Okay, so usually when we talk about xylem vessel, we also should know about the phloem. Xylem and phloem just like a best friend because they are just lying nearby to each other. For example, you can see this video. No, see this picture. This is the xylem here. This is xylem, but adjacent to the xylem is a phloem here. This is a phloem. So you can notice that xylem and phloem, they are actually lie very close to each other, just nearby only. Okay, but the function and the structure for the xylem and also phloem is much more different. Okay, so have a look on the xylem. Sometimes the question, they might give you some picture. Okay, so I already attach a picture into your documents. Can see xylem vessel. They're very, very thick wall. See the walls thick because they have a lignin. And there's no end wall. See, so the content between the xylem is very smooth, just like wow, you can pass it without any resistance. Okay, and also xylem, they will transport water and mineral ion just in one way only. One direction means one direction, which is they just transport their substance in like this one way. There's no another way, no. However, in the phloem, they can transport substance in two ways. See, down and up. And also the phloem, they have the end wall. Okay, so this is example of end wall. You can see the end wall have the pores on the surface, which is we call as perforation. So this xylem and phloem are found inside the plant, so they are just helping like for the xylem we call as transpiration. For the phloem we call as translocation. Translocation because they help to transport food or nutrient molecule. Which is glucose and amino acid. which is the glucose amino acid. Okay, transpiration means that they help to transport water and mineral ion. Yeah. And then when you observe the xylem and phloem in the actual image, it will look like this. Tell me, this structure you think is xylem or phloem? Adams will have a guess. This come out in IGCSE before. This is xylem or phloem? Hello? I'm waiting for your answer. You see, inside they have anything? Look like they are very empty inside, right? Hello? Am I connected? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you guess this picture is xylem or phloem? Which one? This is the xylem. This is xylem. This is phloem. Why this is xylem? Because they have a very large lumens without any content inside. You can see here inside actually is empty. And you can see the wall very thick, right? See? Very thick wall. Because they have the lignin. See, very thick wall. They have the lignin. Then how about the phloem? Phloem is, you can see this one. Just like I showed you, right? This is the phloem. Phloem, they have the seal tube. No, I mean the seal plate. They have the end wall, which is they have the seal plate. This is we call as seal plate. So this is a seal plate. When you cut the phloem cross sections, it will look in this way when you look at the downwards. So this is a seal plate. So the seal plate, on top of seal plate, they contain a lot of pores. See, this is the pore actually. See, this one pore, small pores on the seal plate. Look disgusting, right? Okay, so this phloem, the function is they help to translocate neutral molecule. So you can imagine that the neutral molecule, they will be translocated. They will travel from one seal tube to another seal tube. They will cross this seal plate. Yeah. So this seal plate just like help to filter some nutrients. Okay. In xylem, you don't have any end wall found inside. Xylem is just everything empty inside. It's just like the straw. Okay, the straw. Inside also very empty, right? Yeah. So when you stain the plant cell with this color, then you can look at this. Xylem is very large hole. This is xylem. This is a larger hole. Xylem have a larger hole. Then phloem. Phloem have a smaller hole. Can you notice the difference? Xylem with larger holes. Then inside xylem, they appear white. I mean, they appear white color inside of xylem. That means that there's no any content inside xylem. Phloem, they are smaller hole. Then inside they might be filled with some content. So this is different between xylem and phloem. Okay, so the original cell wall between the cell have broken down. That means that they don't have end wall. Do not contain end wall. Yeah. So you can see this one. This is the seal plate actually. Seal plate. Sorry. Okay, let me. This is a seal plate. Here, this one. Remember, the superstructure is just like a filter with a small hole inside. So the adaptation of xylem is they do not have any end wall between the xylem vessel. So they can create a continuous column of water running through that. And then in the xylem, the cells are all dead. Just dead. Okay? So inside they don't have any cytoplasm. See, without cytoplasm. So they can allow free flowing of water. And then their wall are thickened with a lignin. So means that they're able to support the plant. Okay? Actually, the lignin, they help to thicken the xylem wall. They have their pattern. So this is the pattern you can see. See this one? This is the pattern. You can view on this picture. You can see the knot. There's a pattern like this. Can you see? This is a lignin pattern. In actual way, they're looking like this. Lignin pattern on the lignin pattern, right? Lignin pattern on the xylem. This is very fun to know. Like this. Okay, because the lignin, they do have pattern. They have their own pattern. And also the scientists name the pattern, okay, in a very funny way. Maybe I can put here this pattern you don't need to know. This is just for you to understand only. See, this is a pattern of the lignin pattern. Okay, so we finished about the xylem vessel. Remember that xylem vessel, it just look like straw. Just imagine it's a straw. Okay, a very big straw. They can suck up the bubble milk tea. And it's dead cell. Okay, remember it's a dead cell. Don't have any cytoplasm, and they do not have any end wall. So they're able to create a continuous column of waters. And they have the lignin thicken the wall. Yeah. So why their xylem vessel wall, they should be thickened with lignin? Because they want to make the xylem become harder. So when the wall becomes hard, they're able to provide mechanical support to the plant. So they can provide mechanical support to plant. Okay. Polysac mesophyll cell. Okay, maybe we finish about last cell. Polysac mesophyll cell. Polysac mesophyll cell are kind of cell they are found inside the leaf. Okay, and it's one of the cell they contain a large amount of chloroplast. You can see there's chloroplast found inside the Polysac mesophyll cell. Okay, sometimes the question will ask the difference between the root hair cell and the Polysac mesophyll cell is root hair cell don't have chloroplast, but Polysac mesophyll cell they do have the chloroplast. Okay, so they are found on this area. See, when I highlight in yellow, this area they have the Polysac mesophyll cell. Why they should stay in this area? Because they have they have so many chloroplasts within the cell, so they should be located under the upper epidermis. So when the sunlight strike on the upper epidermis, see, when the sunlight they strike on the epidermis, at least some of the light energy able to be absorbed by the chloroplast, which is they are contained inside the Polysac mesophyll cell. So this is the reason why they should stay on the upper epidermis. Okay, so you can imagine that this is a cuticle. Cuticle is kind of transparent layer of the wax. It's a waxy layer. Okay, then followed by the Polysac mesophyll cell, and then spongy mesophyll cell, which is have a lot of air space between them. See, this is air space. Air space. And then the small holes, the hole between the gut cell, the hole between two pair of gut cells is known as stomata. No stomata. And also, you can see this is a vein. Vein. Each vein, they are referred to vascular bundle, which they contain xylem and phloem. This vein, it contains the vascular bundle, which is inside they have the xylem and phloem. Okay, so the function of plastic metabolic cell is they want to have the photosynthesis. Yeah, that's all. Okay, so the time is up for today, 9:31. Okay, so thank you for the homework that I received today. So next week we'll discuss, okay, because next week we will discuss about the homework. So the homework is related to this kind of plant cell. Yeah. Okay, so next week we'll finish about the 2.2 and also we'll go into 2.3. Hopefully by the next week we can finish the whole chapter 3 and then I'll give you some passive question to attempt. Okay, so that's all for today. I will send the homework in the group later. Okay. Any question you want to ask me currently?
No.
Okay, sure. So see you in next class. Have a good rest. Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.